Next time around, I'll tell myself it'll be better than before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't look back. There'll be no one tearing my heart out anymore. I just decided I won't let nobody fool me again. So I swear to the end, I just don't wanna be a fool. Don't wanna be, said I don't wanna be a fool ever again. I don't wanna be a fool. Never, no, never, no, never. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. That song is dedicated to Simone. It's also dedicated to, could be dedicated to Priscilla and dedicated to Richard because they don't want to be fools no more for their lovers. All right, what's up, y'all? I am here. This is Ty. I am here to review what? Season 5, Episode 9 of Tyler Perry's soap opera comedy drama, The Oval. And tonight, got my champagne out because tonight is the 100th episode. 100th episode in total. It's been 100 episodes of this show. 5 seasons, episode 100. And I hear they're making it special. Shout outs to my friend June BLC because they sent her a special package. She's on some, they sent her, she got some connections with Tyler and them. BET sent her a special package. Make sure you go over there and check out her unboxing of this special package that she got to celebrate the 100th episode of The Oval. So shout outs to June for that. And while I'm doing my shout outs, get a little bit of that champagne. Let me give a shout out to my lovely subscribers. Y'all hold me down. This episode is titled Better Than Revenge. This is episode 9 in total, 100 episodes in total. This is the 9th episode of season 5, though. But let me give a shout out to my lovely subscribers who hold me down in the comment section and keep this channel going and growing. I'm talking about folks like the R.C. Kroger, Nadine Harris, who said I forgot her name last week. My bad, Nadine. Shout outs to you, Nadine. Savannah Rivers, Amore Dupree, Lamont Simpson, Miss Tasha, Susan Stewart. We have a new subscriber, Miss Lavender. Welcome, Miss Lavender. Glad to have you. Anthony White, Randall Brown, hilarious Randall Brown, Angry Smurf, Kalindra Antonelli, Namar Clark. I think that's a new person too. Welcome, Namar Clark. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If not, I do apologize. And Karima Khadijah. All right, we got that out the way. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right down to this review. So we thought, you seen Kareem drop. He wasn't shot in the head. It was a warning shot. Lonzo didn't shoot him in the head. It was a warning shot. The president's telling him, see, that was a warning shot. Next time it's going to be your head. Call your cousin. Tell me your cousin's name. Get him on the phone now. Now, this scene made me laugh because Kareem is shaking in his boots and the president is asking him stupid questions like, what are you shaking for? Let me see. I'm handcuffed. I'm being abused by the Secret Service. Then they shoot at my head. And you ask me why I'm shaking? Are you serious? And he's like, stop shaking. You're going to blow this, because he wants him to call his cousin Antonio Hill. He's like, stop shaking because you're going to blow this. I'm trying to figure out, how's he going to blow this? Is this on FaceTime? No. It's a phone call. How's he going to blow it? Because he's shaking. You can't, well, then again, maybe if his voice was trembling, but I'm saying you can't hear him shaking through the phone unless it's a FaceTime call or something. So I'm like, that whole thing, but he was like, you're going to mess this up if you keep shaking. You need to stop shaking and get it together. He said, you know what? Say these things. You're an idiot. He was totally humiliating him. You're an idiot. You're a wuss. You're a punk. And all this other stuff he was saying. Then he said, you know what? We're going to try this again. Of course, Antonio did not pick up the phone, because he's on the run too. He ain't pick up the phone. So he said, you know what? We're going to try this again. But later on. But right now, you're going in the bunker. He said, get him something to drink and take him to the bunker. I was like, okay, interesting. And then the funny thing, that other agent came in and was like, what's going on in here? And he told him, "Do you want to be shot? Get on up out of here." So the president, I don't know. This White House, they do what they want to do. It's just crazy. And then you have Bobby and Max having a conversation with that agent, trying to figure out what's going on. What's this noise going on? He said, "Oh, the president is shooting." "Oh yeah, because we just have target practice in our bedrooms." Just just totally ridiculous. But Max also tells Bobby that Sam wants to meet with them, and Sam has a lead on Crazy Jason, and so that was interesting. And all of that was crazy. That whole thing was crazy. Then we get down to Priscilla and Richard discussing the president and the shooting, and Priscilla's like, "This is crazy. We got to do something." Richard is basically telling her, "You need to chill out. You're doing too much." And she says, "Oh, you telling me I'm overreacting? Is it because I'm a woman? You saying I'm too emotional?" "No, Priscilla, he's saying it because you're a little too emotional. It has nothing to do with you being a woman. You have been. You need to calm down a little bit." But then they get in this conversation that was funny to me, where she wants him to call Nancy, and he's like, "No, I'm not calling Nancy." So she calls Nancy for him. And Nancy, "Oh, what's going on? Is Richard mad with me? What's the problem?" She's doing her little thing that she always does. And she says, "Well, here's one of the things. He said you said some things to him." So she goes on to mention, "He said that you said you enjoyed, relations with his daddy, and that his daddy was the one that called him off." And she's like, "I said that? I said that?" And so Priscilla was like me. Priscilla was like, "Is it true, ho? Is it true, ho? Is it true?" And well, she ain't call her ho, but I'm adding my spice to it. She's like, "Is it true? Is it true?" She was like, "Well," and then she says, "Yes, it's true." So apparently, let me tell you something. Whatever the ragadoo gives you, that's a truth serum. Whatever that they drugged you with, you start telling the truth. That thing had her telling the truth. So I'm on Richard's side. I'm really on Richard's side now, because it's like, what? So that's all true. And she's like, "You know what? I'm coming down into the White House." And Priscilla's like, "Listen, we don't need you coming down here. You need to stay where you are." And she's like, "No, I'm coming down there." Nancy, stay home. You've done it. I mean, bad enough that his son wasn't his son, is his daddy's son, and also his half brother. Now you gonna tell him that you enjoyed his father more. How can you solve this? I'm with Richard. Leave Richard alone. Just go on and get the divorce. Go on and get the. And where's Barry now that they're saying Barry's not dead? Where's Barry? And I have another question, y'all. Where in the hell is the young lady? Where's Barry's girlfriend? Why did I forget her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all say her name down there. Where's she at? Sharon. Where's Sharon? We know she in jail. Can we show Sharon? And what show is she on that she hasn't been in any episodes yet? We 9 episodes in this season, and we have yet to see Sharon. What's up with that? All right. Anyway, we go to the scene of Eli, Simone, and the First Lady. And the First Lady's continuing to do her, saying these little shady comments. And yes, she apologized. It was wonderful. She apologized to me and all this other stuff. And, as they're saying that, Max comes in there, he interrupts that conversation. That conversation, Simone still had to eat crow. That pissed me off. I'm still mad with Simone getting on her knees last week. That really irritated me. So he's coming in, he's telling about the gunshots. And she said, "What is that MFer doing now?" And Max replied, "That MFer is having target practice." She said, "What you say?" He said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I just was repeating what you said." And I thought that was funny. Really funny. Then we go and we see Dale, Kyle, and Alan. And Kyle is not happy that Alan is there. And he's not happy that Dale is in Alan's house. And he's like, "What's going on here? What's this, that, and the third?" And Alan's like, "Look, you told me I got to get dressed, right? You interfered. Let me get dressed." He said, "Well, what is he doing here?" And Dale is like, "There's nothing going on." He's like, "Listen, Dale is helping me pay my rent." That's the story that they concocted. And Kyle is not liking that, because, Kyle had a little liking for Dale, too. So he's not liking it. He feels something is going. He's like, "I don't like this." And he tells Alan, "Watch your tone, this, that, and the third." And I'm like, okay, whatever. That was that. Then you got stupid Eli telling Max, "Oh, you know what? You worked hard. Go on and take the day off." And Max is not buying this because he's like, "Why not? Why do I need this? You sure?" He said, "Yeah, you and Bobby y'all go take the day off. Take the day off. Take the day." Because he wants to creep around with Victoria. Just all of that. It's just ridiculous. And I'm glad that Max is not falling for that. Now, there's a very funny scene here. We go to Victoria going to the president, President Hunter, and she's asking him, "What are you in here doing?" And he says, I thought this was hilarious. He said, "If I had the gun, too bad I don't have it now, I'd be shooting at you." These two, they just crack me up. Because he hates her in one breath, and then the next minute he's upset when he finds out that she's sleeping with somebody else. So I'm like, make up your mind, Hunter. So they have this whole banter. He's basically telling her, "I got to figure out who's trying to kill me, and you need to get out of here." She said, "You crippled ass, what you going to do? You can't even get up out the bed." He said, "Well, when I'm able to, I'm going to find out the MF of who's trying to kill me because I need to know where that bad batch came from." And she's like, "You did it to yourself. Stop being a crackhead and you wouldn't have this problem. Since you like crack, you took some bad drugs." Listen, this is the thing that happens. When you take drugs, you have that risk of getting a bad batch. Drugs are not healthy for you, sir. But he's determined to get his revenge, and he wants to know who did what, this, that, and the third, and why they did it. And he says, "Once I get up out this bed, I'm going to figure out what's going on." And I'm like, Then while that's happening, we have Simone going to Priscilla, and this might be a new team right here. This might be, they might form an alliance. I don't know. Because Simone goes in there and she gives her a hug. She says, "I'm sorry. I know how you feel." And Priscilla was like, "You know how I feel?" She says, "Yes, because I know that this chick is screwing my husband too." And she's like, "There's so much I want to tell you. There's so much you got to know." And she said, "But listen, we can't talk here. We need to meet up at my house." She said, "I don't trust Eli because I know he's banging her. And I know, he banged your husband was sleeping with Victoria as well. So, there's so much I could tell you." So Priscilla's like, wow, all of this information. So it's like, yeah, we need to hook up and get this together. So that's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, Victoria calls Donald, and she's like, "Donald, you need to get over here." And I thought that was funny too, because Donald was like, "Oh no, you need me to get over here? I don't know. Your boy fired me, remember? Well, suspended me or whatever. I'm not." And she's like, "Get over here now. He's trigger happy. And did you find my son?" And he's like, he's taking his sweet time. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be over there." But he's like, "Listen, remember, I'm fired. Remember, I'm on leave or whatever. Remember, Eli don't." She said, "I will talk to him. You just need to get over here. He needs to be babysat." So all of that was interesting. And that was really interesting. And then what was funny and surprised me, we saw Donald, the Secret Service brought him a man over. And I'm like, "Who is this guy?" The guy was in camouflage. And I'm like, I thought it was a Ragadushi member. I was like, "Who is this?" He took the mask off, take the mask off him, unveiled him. And it was the police officer who tried to kill Donald. And Donald said, "Yeah, you tried to kill me." He said, "I'm going to take care of you." And he beats him with the golf course. He said, with the golf club. And says, "When I come back, I'm going to handle him." He said, "Make sure my wife don't leave." They haven't showed Lily. Now, see, I'm rooting for this police officer, and I hope he gets free. I hope Lily breaks him free or something like that. Because, I don't like Donald. Actually, there's not too many people on this show that I do like, because there's not too many. Who has a redeeming quality? I don't know. Is there anybody on this show? Y'all help me figure out. I'm gonna go with Richard. Richard is the only one with any redeeming qualities on this show. Maybe Richard and Sharon, maybe. Everybody else is trash. Or maybe Dell. Dell is okay, but everybody else is like, everybody's done something crazy. Okay, maybe not Simone. Okay, so there's a few, but most of these characters, they're not redeeming. They do some foul stuff. It's like, so it's just crazy. But y'all tell me your thoughts on that. But then that scene that I did enjoy, which was interesting. They have the Rakadushi member. Sam has him. Max comes to help. And the guy's laughing, saying, "You guys don't scare me." He won't tell him no intel on where Crazy Jason is. And Sam leaves Max with the Rakadushi soldier. And Max is stressed, and Max was doing a whole lot. I thought he was torturing the mess out of that man, beating him to a pulp. Speak, speak. It's like, do you want to get an answer out of him? Because it did seem like the Rakadushi member was going to give him an answer. And then he punched him in the mouth again and just kept punching him. It was a little excessive. I was like, you going to kill him before you can get any answers out of him. That's what I thought about that. I said, you're going to kill him before you can get any answers out of him. And then the final scene, which I thought was funny. Victoria getting a call from her son. And she's like, this is not Jason. And Jason said, let me tell you something, ho. You going down? And she's like, what are you talking about? She said, Jason, he said, I'm not coming there. He said, I'm in your head. She said, where are you? He said, I'm in your head, ho. He didn't say ho, but I'm just adding that. I'm in your head. He said, I am here. I'm in your head. I'm going to bring you and Dad down. You thought you killed me? You tried to kill me? Oh, I'm telling it all. She said, well, remember, son, you killed someone yourself. He said, then we all going down. That's what he said. He said, we all going down. Now I want to know where he's calling from. And, that's where the episode ended, with her being stressed that he said they're all going down. This was an interesting episode. For this to be the 100th episode, though, of the series, the 9th of the season, but the 100th episode overall, I wanted some fireworks, some bang, bam, boom, because, they were promoting this like that. But it was decent. It was decent. It's moving along. Let's see where this is going. What are your thoughts? I thought it was pretty decent. There was some scenes that made me laugh. I wanted some more action, pow, pow, pow. But am I missing something? I sure am. Simone confronting Bobby, trying to get Bobby to tell her the truth about what's going on. I thought that scene was interesting. Then she went into this whole thing. I see how you look at me, and I know you want me. And then she tells him, but that ain't going to happen because I don't want you, and I'm not attracted to you. I thought that was, I don't know, that I didn't get the point of that. And like, she's trying to get him to tell her the truth about something, but she knows that Eli's cheating, but Bobby won't say nothing to her. He won't cave in, and I guess that thing didn't work, what she was trying to do. She said, oh, forget it. Forget I even said anything. Forget it. What did y'all think about that? I was like, okay, was she seducing him, trying to seduce him, and it failed? And then she's like, oh, forget it. Just forget it. Forget I said anything. So, yeah, that scene was interesting, too. I thought we were going to, maybe they should have did it. Maybe that would have been more. That would have been better if they would have did it that way. Let them have sex. Listen, the show is outrageous anyway. They should have just had sex, and then he told her what he knew, and that was that. But they ain't do that. They ain't do that. That's all. That's all I got for now. Tell me your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.